What if I told you that one account, just one, could make you a tax-free millionaire? And most people are either ignoring it or doing it completely wrong. I almost did. Last year, I was staring at my Roth IRA with less than $200 in it. January had already passed. I kept telling myself, I'll do it next month. And then, I didn't. Sound familiar? Here's the thing nobody tells you. It's not just about the money. Every single year you don't max out your Roth IRA is a year the IRS gets to win. And once that calendar flips, that contribution slot is gone. Forever. You can never get it back. But in 2026, after years of half-starts and excuses, I finally did it. I maxed out my Roth IRA, all $7,000. And the process broke me down, rebuilt me, and honestly changed the way I think about money entirely. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it. The mindset, the system, the mistakes, and the moments where I almost quit. And I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to have a plan that actually works. Whether you're a student, a professional, or someone who just Googled, what is a Roth IRA 5 minutes ago? This is for you. But first, let me tell you something that might actually make you a little angry. Most people who know about the Roth IRA are doing it wrong. Not because they're bad with money, but because no one ever sat them down and explained what this account actually does. Here's the deal. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where you invest after-tax money, meaning the money you put in has already been taxed. But the growth and the withdrawals in retirement? Completely tax-free. I want you to sit with that for a second. If you invest $7,000 today and over 30 years it grows to $150,000, you owe the IRS exactly $0 on that gain. Nothing. Zilch. Now compare that to a traditional 401k, where you'll get taxed on every dollar you pull out in retirement. The Roth IRA isn't just a retirement account. It's a legal wealth-building loophole hiding in plain sight. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. The IRS caps how much you can put in each year. In 2026, that limit is $7,000 if you're under 50. That's it. Once the year ends, that window closes and never reopens. You can't catch up on last year. It's gone. So the cost of doing nothing isn't zero. It's compounding growth, compounding interest, and compounding time, all lost. Forever. That hit me really hard when I finally did the math. I had been leaving money on the table for 3 years. 3 years of tax-free growth gone. And I told myself it wasn't a big deal. But here's the twist. And this is where most personal finance advice gets it completely wrong. The reason most people don't max out their Roth IRA has nothing to do with money. I know, that sounds insane, but hear me out. When I talk to people, friends, coworkers, people in my comment section, they all said the same thing. I don't have $7,000 sitting around. And I get it. Neither did I. But that framing is the problem. $7,000 feels like a lump sum you're supposed to pull from nowhere. It feels impossible. So people do nothing. But $7,000 a year is $583 a month. That's less than $20 a day. That's one fancy dinner and a couple of coffees every single week. That's it. The moment I stopped thinking $7,000 and started thinking $19.19 a day, the entire game changed. And that was just the beginning, because there are 5 more things I had to figure out before I actually crossed the finish line. And one of them almost made me quit entirely. Let me walk you through each one. Step 1. I had to actually open the account. This sounds stupidly simple, but for 2 years, I didn't have a Roth IRA open. I just thought about it. I had the intention. I told myself I would. And every month I didn't. Opening a Roth IRA takes about 10 minutes. Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, pick one. Fill out the form. Link your bank account. Done. And it's free. There are no fees to open a Roth IRA. But most people are waiting to feel ready. Waiting until they understand investing better. Waiting until they make more money. Waiting for some perfect moment that never comes. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to know what you're doing to start. You just have to start. The day I opened mine, I didn't even invest anything yet. I just opened it. And something about having that account sitting there, empty, staring at me, it made everything feel real. It created pressure. Good pressure. Open the account. Even if you have $5. Open it today. Step 2. I stopped treating it like a savings account. This one is huge, and most people get this wrong. A Roth IRA is not a savings account. It's an investment account. The money sitting in there, uninvested, is actually losing value every day to inflation. And I made this mistake for almost a year. I had put money into my Roth IRA and felt proud of myself, but I had never actually invested it. It was just sitting there in cash, going nowhere. When I finally invested it in low-cost index funds like a total market fund or an S&P 500 fund, everything changed. Now the money was working. Now it was compounding. The rule is simple. Money in a Roth IRA must be invested to grow. Don't just deposit it. Deploy it. And most people don't realize this. Choosing what to invest in doesn't have to be complicated. If you're a beginner, one single index fund, something that tracks the total U.S. stock market, is genuinely enough. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to understand quarterly earnings reports. One fund. Done. Step 3. I set up automation and stopped relying on willpower. This is the step that changed everything for me. Willpower is a terrible financial strategy. I know because I tried it. I told myself every month, this month I'll transfer the money. And then life happened. A car repair, a trip, a bad week, and the transfer never happened. The solution? Automated. I set up an automatic transfer of $583 from my checking account into my Roth IRA on the first of every month. I never saw the money. It just left. And I adjusted my life around what was left over. This is called paying yourself first. And it sounds simple because it is. But most people pay their bills, buy their groceries, go out on the weekends, and then save whatever is left. Which, spoiler alert, is usually nothing. Flip the order. Transfer to your Roth IRA first. Live on the rest. Within 3 months of doing this, I genuinely stopped noticing the money was gone. My lifestyle adjusted. And my Roth IRA grew every single month like clockwork. But here's where it gets interesting, because automation alone wasn't enough for me. And if you have a regular income like I did, this next part is critical. Step 4. I created an income buffer, and it saved me twice. I'm self-employed. Some months are great. Some months are terrifying. And the months where my income dipped, the automatic Roth IRA transfer still went out. And it overdrafted my account. Twice. So I created what I call a contribution buffer. Basically, a small separate savings account with about $1,200 in it, enough to cover 2 months of Roth IRA contributions if my income dropped. It was my insurance policy against my own system. If you have a steady paycheck, you might not need this. But if you're a freelancer, a gig worker, a small business owner, build the buffer. It's the difference between staying consistent and blowing up your whole system on a bad month. Consistency beats intensity every single time in investing. Missing one contribution month might not sound like a big deal, but miss 4 or 5, and you've lost half a year compounding. And that compounds too, just in the wrong direction. Step 5. I audited my spending like it was my job. I want to be honest with you. When I first tried to find $583 extra a month, I didn't think I had it. I genuinely believed my budget was tight. And then I actually looked at my spending, and I found it in about 45 minutes. Streaming subscriptions I had forgotten about. A gym membership I hadn't used in 4 months. Grocery spending that had slowly crept up. Random Amazon purchases I didn't even remember making. I found over $400 a month in things I either didn't need or didn't notice. And here's the wild part. Cutting most of those things barely affected my quality of life at all. This is the part of the video most people skip over, because it requires honesty. But if you truly, genuinely cannot find the money, look at your last 3 months of bank statements. The money is almost always there. It's just hiding in habits. Step 6. I treated every financial win like fuel. By April, I had contributed $2,500. I was ahead of pace, and I remember feeling genuinely excited for the first time about money. Not anxious, not guilty, excited. So I screenshot my Roth IRA balance. I put on my phone's lock screen. I talked about it with one friend who cared about this stuff, and I let the momentum carry me. This sounds soft. I know, but this is what separates people who finish from people who stall out at month 3. The emotional side of money is real. Celebrate the small wins. Make the progress visible. Turn it into something that feels good, because then your brain wants to keep doing it. By December, I had hit $7,000. All of it invested, all of it growing, all of it tax-free for the rest of my life. And I sat there thinking, why did it take me this long to do something this simple? Here's the big realization, and this is the part one really want you to hear. Maxing out your Roth IRA is not a wealth flex. It's not something only high earners do. It's a decision, a system, and a little bit of stubbornness. The people who retire wealthy, really wealthy, are almost never the people who made the most money. They're the people who made a decision, built a system, and didn't quit. Year after year after year. $7,000 a year invested in a Roth IRA for 30 years and an average 7% annual return is over $700,000. Tax-free. That's not a lottery ticket. That's math. And math doesn't care if you make $40,000 a year or $140,000. It only cares if you show up. So here's your action plan. Today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not January 1st. Today, open your Roth IRA if you don't have one. It takes 10 minutes. Pick Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. Invest in a total market index fund. Set up your automatic monthly contribution, even if it's $50 to start. Build the habit before you build the amount. And then audit your spending this week to find where the rest can come from. That's it. That's the whole system. If this video helped you even a little bit, gave you one idea, one shift, one moment of clarity, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach people who need it. And if you want more content like this, real, honest, no fluff personal finance, subscribe. I put out new videos every week and I promise, none of them are boring. You made it to the end of a 14-minute finance video. That tells me something about you. You're serious about this. And serious people who take action, they're the ones who actually win. Now go open that account. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I didn't mention today that could actually limit your ability to contribute to a Roth IRA at all, depending on how much you make. And most people have no idea it exists until it's too late. I'll cover that in the next video. You're going to want to watch it. See you there.